Tottenham Hotspur 3, Liverpool 6. Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou has come out and said, I'm not going to change. Tottenham Hotspur are currently 11th in the Premier League table going into Christmas. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Spurs in the Media, where I'll be going through all of today's newspapers, going through all of the articles from the game. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Liverpool 6. We'll also be looking at the player ratings as well. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start with a report from today's Daily Mirror, and on their back page it says here, Tottenham 3, Liverpool 6, Father Christmas, Liverpool stretch lead at top as Salah claws strikes twice. Of course, it's got this picture here of Mo Salah celebrating. It says Mo Salah broke more records as Liverpool hit Spurs for 6, and Arne Slot insisted they could have scored even more. The Daily Mirror have also published a double-page spread on the game, and it says here, 7 scorers scoring, goals galore as Arne Slot in as Christmas number 1, and Red looks certain to be top when trophy is handed out. Also from the Daily Mirror today, it says here, Ange tests patience of chairman. At half-time, manager Ange Postecoglou appeared on the 4 big screens inside the stadium to deliver a Christmas message. The Australian boss said a time for reflection, but when he looks back on a shambolic display, there remains no chance of Tottenham's gung-ho style being revised. Now, the match facts and stats published by the Daily Mirror today. Possession, Tottenham Hotspur had 51% of the ball. Liverpool had 49%. Shots on target, Spurs had 5 to Liverpool's 12. Shots off target, Spurs 3 to Liverpool's 8. Total passes, Spurs 525 to Liverpool's 491. Corners, Spurs had 7 to Liverpool's 5. Offsides, Spurs 4, Liverpool 4. Fouls, Spurs 7, Liverpool 9. Yellow cards, Spurs received 1, Liverpool received 2. Now, the player ratings today, Fraser Forster, 3 out of 10. Pedro Porro, 6. Dragushin, 5. Gray, Spence and Sarr, all with 6s. Basuma also got a 6. Maddison, a 5. Kulusevski, a 7. Son, a 6. Solanke, a 7. And subs, Bergvall, a 5. And Brennan Johnson, a 6. Now for a report from the Daily Telegraph today, and on the front of their sports supplement, it's got Mo Salah celebrating with Luis Diaz, and it says here, Happy Sixmas, Liverpool run riot to top Christmas table. The Daily Telegraph have also published a double-page spread showing the goals in the game, and it states here, are you not entertained? With a grin, Ange Postecoglou borrowed the famous line from the movie Gladiator following the thrilling midweek win over Manchester United. But it is one thing putting a team with United's so many evident problems and shortcomings to the sword in the Carabao Cup, and another going in the arena nose-to-nose up against would-be title winners. Now, the player ratings from the Daily Telegraph today, they have given goalkeeper Fraser Forster a 5 out of 10, Pedro Porro a 5, Dragushin a 4, Gray a 5, Spence a 5, Sarr a 6, Basuma a 6, Kulusevski a 6, Maddison a 7, Heung-min Son a 7, Solanke a 7. Now for a report from the Times newspaper, and on the back page it's got this picture here of Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou, and it says, I'm not going to change. Spurs let in 6 goals against Liverpool, but Postecoglou insists his approach isn't at fault. It then goes on to say, Ange Postecoglou has again insisted he will not change his style of play despite Tottenham Hotspur's heavy home defeat by Liverpool yesterday. Now, more from the Times newspaper, and it says here, slots men happy to play lead role in Ange pantomime. And the player ratings from the Times newspaper today, they have given goalkeeper Fraser Forster a 5 out of 10, Pedro Porro a 6, Dragushin and Gray both with 5s, Spence also got a 5, Sarr with a 6, Sub Bergvall with a 6 out of 10, Basuma with a 5, Kulusevski with a 7, James Maddison a 7, Heung-min Son a 6, Sub Brennan Johnson a 6, and Dominic Solanke a 7 out of 10. Now for a report from the Sun newspaper, and on their back page it's got this picture of Ange Postecoglou, and it says 6 and tired. Ange fed up of Spurs inquests as Kop run riot. Ange Postecoglou hit back at fresh scrutiny over his attacking style as Tottenham shipped 6 to Premier League leaders Liverpool. The Sun have also published a double page on the game. It says here, Diaz is red over heels. Luis Diaz gets revenge for VAR agony. Of course, talking about last season's game. Some more stats here. Attendance, 61,349. Match time, 97 minutes, 19 seconds. And ball in play, 58 minutes, 29 seconds. Now for a report from the Daily Express, and on their back page it says here, Tottenham 3, Liverpool 6. Salah tops the charts with another classic, but Slot wanted more. Mo's Christmas hit record. And lastly, let's hear from Ange Postecoglou and Arne Slot. This is what they made of the game. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Liverpool 6.
Oh, look, it was a difficult day for us, obviously, and a painful result. Credit to Liverpool. I thought, they're a very good side. Obviously, they're in a great moment, very settled and in great form with great belief. And it was just a kind of bridge too far for us today in terms of, you could tell we were lacking a little bit of energy and sort of, the ability to really, compete with them at the same level.
You kind of said that you want to play your football no matter what this season. Was this just an example of maybe, in the long term you'll benefit from this, but today it was a bit, you kind of picked apart a little bit because of the openness?
Look, I think I've been really, really patient the last 18 months, sitting up here answering the same questions over and over again. If people want me to change my approach, it's not going to change. Like, we're doing it for a reason. We're doing it because we think it'll help us be successful. If people don't understand the circumstances we're in at the moment and the challenges we have from a team and squad perspective, which are as obvious as you'd want to make them, now, I get the idea that people think, that I should just flick the switch and change and somehow that would miraculously make us a different team. But it is what it is. I'm just going to continue staying focused on trying to build this team to be the team we want, and in the interim, we're going to have to accept that there are going to be challenges along the way. Yeah, fair bit. Fair bit, considering fair bit. I'll just leave it at that. Go on. Yep. They're good side, top side.
I know you mentioned about the level, and I know you've got a lot of injuries at the moment. I was wondering, how far away do you think this is when you're at full strength from the level we saw from you?
Don't know, because we haven't had that. We're still growing as a team. We're 18 months into trying to build a new team with a new way of playing, and it's fair to say we've had some challenges along the way, considering the availability, particularly at the moment. So that it's very hard to sort of see where we're at. But what I will say is that the players and are not wavering in their sort of commitment to what we're trying to do. And I think even today, in a difficult day, really proud of the fact that they still tried to play a certain way, knowing that that's our way forward.
Actually, perhaps not the story, but Decky scored 5 games in a row now. Does it kind of feel like he's adding that really consistent end product to his game that was perhaps not there before?
Yeah, look, I think Decky's been outstanding all year, and yeah, like I said, I think that's probably the next part of his game. Not that he's never had it, but he's adding that now, where he's he's being really clean with his finishing, and it's a credit to him. He's taken his game to another level. I think a few of the boys have. To be fair, it's probably not as evident at the moment because of, like I said, we're in a difficult situation.
Actually, fans were singing your name. It's quite rare. Fans gets that losing that score out. What does that say about the support they're giving you?
Yeah, look, the fans. I've often said, I always say, the fans. They should feel, the way they need to about what's happening. I thought they were good today, very good today in terms of, it was a difficult day for sure. But they still got supported the players, which is important. And who knows, maybe some of them actually understand the situation we're in right now. That seems many don't. So I think in the context of what we're trying to do and where we're at, I kind of hope that they see what we're trying to build here, because I really believe it's going to be something that will give the fans and the club what it wants. But that's up to them.
With that in mind, Andrew, are you kind of looking to that break after Newcastle already? Are the next 3 games just about kind of getting through the same group, and then would that be the same thing?
Look, I mean, we've been doing that for the last 3 weeks. Pretty much, after the City game, we've kind of been, we had a look at it and we knew that this was going to be our toughest period for sure, because the efforts the players are putting in. I think we've had shorter turnarounds than just about every opponent we've played so far. At least one less day than just about every team. I think every team we've played, whether it's here or in Europe. And I haven't been able to change the team or rest players or rotate players. And like I said, I've got massive admiration for the efforts that these players are putting in for this club at the moment. But we know we're in a difficult situation, and that's not going to change in the short term. And you just got to push on.
We did talk to you.
Sorry.
We have talked to you, or we talked to you a few weeks ago about being mid-table 10th by Christmas. And that's where you are, with all those reasons that you talked about. Do you feel any pressure about where you are in the table?
I'm not sure what you mean by pressure. I mean, I'm not happy where we are in the table, but I'm not sure pressure is in what sense.
Discomfort, really, that this is ultimately what managers tend to get judged on.
Well, I think I am getting judged on that. I don't think people are throwing the platitudes at me, so I think that's fair enough. Again, from my perspective, all I can do is try and, like I said, navigate us through a difficult period, and try and make sure that when we do get to a position where hopefully we have a healthier squad and some key players back, that we're still in a position where we can improve our position on the table. But if you're saying that 10th means that I'm not doing a good job and that I maybe somehow should be uncomfortable, well, that's for others to judge.
And given the situation that you're in, the lack of energy referring to a little bit today, the schedule the schedule after Christmas is going to stay very difficult. Do you think that reinforcements are needed in January?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of them will be internal. Like I said, we've got, at different stages we'll get players back from injury. Obviously, we've got a couple of long-term in Vicario and Wilson, but the rest, hopefully, at some point in January they'll come back, so they'll help us in terms of just getting some numbers back and dealing with, like you said, the schedule, because the schedule's not going to change. We're in the Carabao Cup semi-final. We're still in Europe. FA Cup starts, so we're still in all the competitions. So it's not going to get any easier. So we are going to need some of those players, hopefully, to come back and be able to contribute.
Can you bring players in?
In terms of January? if the right players are there, I guess we can bring players in. But again, it's about making sure it's something that's going to sort of help us continuing to build what we're doing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ollie, I mean, that was a crazy game, wasn't it? I mean, can you still enjoy that? I mean, it was an amazing attacking performance.
Yeah, till 60, 65 minutes, I really enjoyed what I saw. Of course, we were caught one time in bringing the ball out from the back, and that immediately led to a goal for Tottenham. That you think if we would have gone into the dressing room with a 2-1 lead, that would not have been done justice to all the chances we had. That's why I was quite happy with the fact that we scored the 3-1, then 4-1, 5-1. Incredible display. But then you also saw that no matter how much quality players have, if they think they don't have to run anymore, and then in this league, especially against Tottenham, because they are so good with the ball as well, they immediately start to create, and that's what they did, and they scored 2 goals. I was happy that the 6-1 went in, to be fair.
Arne, just in terms of the attacking performance, I mean, it's the first time you've scored 6 under you, I think, so far. I mean, do you think it's the best you've been in attack? And it just gives you a praise for Luis Diaz and Mo Salah in particular?
It was very good. Maybe it was our best performance away from home. Although I really liked what I saw against Man United as well. Was total dominance, and we outplayed them many times also. So that was a very good away game as well. Today, apart from scoring 6 goals, I think we could have even scored more. It's always like this. You don't score every chance, although Tottenham almost did, because the first 3 chances were a goal, I think, and then the 4th one, luckily enough, didn't went in. Mo and Lucio, of course, they were both with 2 goals, maybe the ones that stand out in terms of scoring 2, but I think we would not do justice to Dom's performance if we don't name him as well, because apart from his attacking things he did today, he was without the ball also a very important part of our game plan, and that's what he executed really well. So yes, these are the ones that score the goals, but if you watch the goals one more time back, and that's definitely what I'm going to do, it was mostly started off with centre backs or full backs, or it was every lead up to a goal was, I think, multiple passes. So it's not only the ones that score, it's also the ones that help to create.
In terms of what you say about the players not running anymore, is that just a natural thing that happens at 5-1, or is it to you completely unacceptable?
Nah, I exaggerate a bit if I say they don't run anymore. Of course they still run, but they don't block the crosses anymore. They don't defend in front of their goal, where till that moment it was every time, wherever the ball was, we were there with 2, 3, 4 players. And yes, maybe it is human that if you are 5-1 up, you think, okay. And I think in general it's also enough, because not many teams then after being 5-1 down just keep on going. But we know Tottenham, they always keep on going, and they also have the quality to create, because they are such an attacking threat. Every game they play, they create so many chances. So you have to be on top of your game every second of the game, and if you're not 100%, then it immediately hurts you. Not in every game, but definitely against a well-managed side like Tottenham.
I know, is that Dominic's best performance for Liverpool? It certainly looked like it from my point of view.
Of course, I haven't seen all of his performances because it's my first year and his second. I just referred to the Man United game. I think he was outstanding over there as well. Yeah, if you score so many goals, that's always what stands out then. But last week, for example, against Fulham, if you look at the work rate he did over there, so it was a very good performance of him. But I think it wasn't his first great performance, but it was definitely one of his best, yes.
Top of the league on Christmas Day, does that mean anything to you when you celebrate differently?
Of course it means something, because you always prefer to be where we are at the moment than to be in another position in the league table. But you know just as well as I know, because I've won the league once, how hard it is to win it. You have to keep on going. Every 3 days you have to be on top of your game, every minute of the game. And that's why it's so hard to win it, because it's not always easy to show up every 3 or 4 days. And we saw last week that in a moment you can get a red card, which was quite a debate afterwards, not by me but by other people. These things can happen in a season, and in a Newcastle or 3-2 up, you expect to win it, and we misjudged the situation and we dropped 2 points. So that's the Premier League. I didn't expect Chelsea to drop points today as well. So it can happen in every game, and that's what makes this league so special. That's why so many people want to see it, and that's why we play at Christmas time.
James Pearson, then we do the Leicester preview.
Arne, Mo today became the first player in Premier League history to get to double figures for both goals and assists before Christmas. He's also gone past Billy Liddell, now the fourth all-time goal scorer in the club's history. What is it like to work with him? Because you must have had some kind of idea before you came in, and how does it compare to the reality?
Of course, you have an idea before you start working with players, but the best way to judge them or to experience them is when you start to work with them. And yeah, I think Mo shows what he's shown so many years at Liverpool, that he can score a goal, and the team just has to provide him to come in these positions where he came today many times, and then he's able to score goals or provide assists. And apart from him being a very good football player, I think he's a very likable person to work with as well. He's always there to help his teammates. Always, how would you say this in English? Down to earth. So tomorrow, or even now, I think he will already work on his recovery. But definitely, if he's not depressed now, then it will start in a few minutes. But he understands what it takes to be at this level every 3 days. And there he's working really hard for this. So that maybe impressed me most, that a top player like him understands how hard he has to work for the quality he shows.
Move on.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Have a great Christmas. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.